Good morning, everyone. In the last time, we have discussed about the general concept of chemical kinetics. We have discussed about the rate law, different factors affecting the rate of reaction, and we have also discussed that what is the order of reaction. Today, we are going to discuss about the unit of rate constant. If the reaction have the different order of reactions, then in that specific condition, we can say the system must have the different order of reaction. Different unit of rate constant. So in this way we must have to find the unit of rate constant for each of the order of reaction. We are starting with zero order reaction, then we are finding what is the unit of rate constant of zero order reaction. If the reaction for the zero order is R is converting in the form of P, the reactant is converting in the form of product, then in that condition the rate equal to minus d concentration of R by dt equal to K, because for zero order reaction the rate law will be K concentration of reactant power order, and in the case of zero order reaction the power will be 0, so it will be K. So simply the unit of K equal to, for the concentration of R, the unit will be mole per liter upon second or per second, whatever you want to write. So this is the unit for the rate constant in the case of the zero order reaction. But when your reaction is a first order reaction, so in the case of the first order reaction, again we are taking the same reaction, R is converting in the form of P, and for this reaction the rate equal to minus D concentration of R by dt equal to K concentration of reactant R power order, and here the order is 1, so it is dK concentration of R power 1. In this way, when you will try to find the unit of K, then unit of concentration R, that is mole per liter, upon unit of R, again mole per liter, and unit of time, that is second. So mole per liter will be cancelled with each other, and unit of K will be second inverse. So this is the unit of K for the first order reaction. Now we are seeing for the second order. Again we are taking the same reaction, that is R is converting in the form of P, and the rate equal to minus D concentration of R by dt equal to K concentration of R square. Now by putting the units, the unit of K equal to mole per liter upon mole per liter square into second, and by solving the values you will get mole inverse, liter, second inverse. Then these are the units of the zero order, first order and second order reaction. Generally what are the questions? The questions are, then what is the order of reaction if the unit of this specific reaction is given? When you will find the unit of that specific reaction, you will get the value of the rate constant, then you will also get the unit, and on the basis of unit you can easily identify whether the reaction is a first order reaction or the second order reaction or the zero order reaction. Generally we have seen that the first order reactions are not asked, that whether it is a first order reaction or not. It is only zero and second order, because you can see there is some similarity in the units of the zero order and the first order reaction, and these of the units are jumbled, sometimes liter, mole, second, or sometimes second, liter, mole, or any of the sequence they can give. So you will have to just identify that what is the order of reaction, whether it is a first order reaction or the second order reaction. Clear? Now moving from the unit of rate constant, we are now studying about the different order of reaction and their equations. We will have to study only the zero order reaction and the first order reaction. So we will have to study about the rate constant of the zero order and first order reaction. So we are going to study about the integral rate equation of the zero order reaction. Before that, we will study that what are the zero order reaction. Zero order reactions mean those of the reaction for which the rate is independent of the concentration of the reactant. Whether the reactant concentration is higher or lower, that doesn't matter. The reaction will proceed with the same rate. That means the concentration of the reactant doesn't matter in these of the reaction, and for these of the reaction the rate remains constant. So we are going to see the integral rate equation for the first order reaction. Here we will derive, and we will also see the equation for the first order reaction along with the half lifetime period of the reaction. So here we are seeing the integral rate equation for the zero order reaction. Again we are seeing the same reaction, that is the reactant is converting in the form of product, R is converting in the form of P. So it is the R is converting in the form of P. What will be the rate of reaction? For this specific reaction, rate equal to minus D concentration of R by D. And according to rate law, the rate equal to K concentration of R per order, because the order of reaction is just one, so we can write then this is the rate of reaction. That means the rate of reaction for this zero order reaction must be constant. Now in this condition, from equation 1 and 2, you can get minus D concentration of R by dt equal to K, or we can write D concentration of R equal to minus K dt. Now we are going to integrate it. So on integrating this equation, we can get concentration R, it is the concentration of R, on the integration you will get the concentration of R equal to minus K, a constant, dt, differential of t, that will be t, plus integral constant. Generally we write the integral constant C in the math, but in chemistry I am writing I. It also have the same value, same, everything is same, only instead of C I have written I. It is because in chemistry we designate the concentration with the letter C, and in math we designate constant with the letter C. So to avoid the confusion that whether this I is suggesting the concentration or the constant, I have written it I. You can also write C. So in this equation, when t equal to 0, at t equal to 0, what happens? When the reaction, for the reaction t equal to 0, the reaction is not proceeded. That means the reaction is at its initial condition. And when reaction is not proceeded, what's about the initial and final concentration? The reaction is not proceeded, that means the initial concentration must be equal to the final concentration. So initial concentration of the reaction is equal to final concentration of reaction when t equal to 0, when the reaction is not proceeded at all. So in this condition, you can see that the initial concentration R naught equal to final concentration R. And when we will put this value in equation number 3, then what we will get? We will get that concentration R, which is equal to R naught. So concentration R naught equal to minus K into T. Here the time is taken as a 0. So K into 0 plus I. this value will be 0. So you can simply say that the R naught equal to I naturally. Now we have get the value of integral constant I, and now we can put the value of integral constant and we can get the equation, integral rate equation for the zero order reaction. So now putting the value of R naught, putting value of integral constant I in equation number 3. When you will put in this equation, it will be concentration R equal to minus K T plus concentration R naught, that is the initial concentration. We are just transferring it. It will be R minus R naught equal to minus KT, or you can write KT equal to R naught minus R. We just multiplied it with the negative sign. We have taken the common negative sign as a common, and T equal to R naught minus R by K, and this is the integral rate equation for the zero order reaction. So it is an important equation, but generally we have find that the zero order reaction are not studied much. It is the first order reaction which are more important than the zero order reaction. So the next one will be the zero order reaction. Now we have studied about the first order reaction, and now we are going to study about the half life of the zeroth order reaction. What is the half life time period? The time period in which the concentration of the reactant becomes half of its initial value is called the half lifetime period. That means if you are taking 1 mole of substance initially, then after a specific period of time the 1 mole will reduce to the half mole, or half mole will be reduced to the 1/4, 1/4 will be reduced to the 1/8. The time in which the initial concentration becomes half, the time in which the 1 mole becomes half mole, or time in which half mole becomes 1/4, or the time in which 1/4 becomes 1/8, that time is called the half lifetime period for any specific reaction. So we are going to study about the half lifetime period for a zeroth order reaction, because zero order reaction have a constant rate. The rate is not going to vary, so surely the half lifetime period for the zero order reaction will also vary with the variation of the initial concentration of the